Oh, Happy New Year! Hello, Mr. Ed here. And man, what a great morning this is going to be. James, good morning to you. Man, I've already been chatting with a couple of y'all out there already. Let me turn this light out. It's a little dim in here this morning. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Oh man, so first live of 2026, and I am coming at you from the studios here at St. Joseph Abbey of Studio B Productions. Well, that really is just all a bunch of bull, but I still like saying it. Hey, Jonathan, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for joining me. So, Frankie Bublin, hello, good morning. So, man, it's weird weather outside today. Scott, good morning. Uh, I mean, last week we had temperatures in the 20s, and today, right now, it's 65 degrees outside. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a warm up for a little while, and I like that. I like that. I really kind of right now sit at 70. And where are you, Scott? In Mississippi? Where are you? Silver Sage, good morning from Montana. Oh, goodness. Lynn, good morning. Jason Goodrich, Happy New Year, Mr. Ed. Finally getting the rain we need in Southern California. Well, I'm happy for you, and Happy New Year to you. Oh, Pearl River, Scott. No, I remember who you are. Scott actually came and visited me here at the Abbey. What is it, about 2, 3 months ago, something like that. Loma Vista. Hey, Todd, how are you? Phil, good morning. Marcel Runner, wow, good morning from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Jill, good morning. Jill, so this is your end of your trial period, huh? I hope you enjoyed it while you were a member. Yeah, I did. So and I posted another members only video one day. I think it was Monday of this week. Hope you got to watch that one too. Louisville, Mississippi. Mustaf, good morning. And Atlanta, from Atlanta. Dennis Sherrill, good morning. Look at that. Evan, what time is it over in Africa right now? Because we're at 9 o'clock, so I don't know what time it is. Randy, good morning. Tar Heel Beekeepers. Silver Sage, wish I was down there to enjoy the warmth. Yeah, this is my kind of weather. That's why a lot of people don't like the heat and humidity of the South, but man, it works very well for me. White Smoke Honey, good morning. How's the weather? Nice for me. White Smoke, and I know I remember talking with you, but I can't remember your name. It just slips right now. Michael Delabona from Perth, West Australia. Hot dog, man. Got the Aussie contingent coming in this morning. Good morning, Chelsea. Man, Chelsea Leonard, she's been watching my videos almost, I can remember all the way from the beginning, Chelsea. So thanks so much for all the years that you've been following along. Oh, look. So the shirt I'm wearing today, Mona Mona got me 3 different types of shirts. Look at that, boy. She got me 3 different B shirts for Christmas, and man, they feel good and they really look good. From Sand Groupers. Oh yeah, and I am gonna be talking about the Navi. Hey, how you like that, Brian? Huh? So, how you like that hat? That's from Flower Street Farms. That's Brian and his wife Jennifer. Yeah, that's right. I had my hair is just like out of control right now, so I need to wear a hat to kind of keep it pushed down on my head. So I'll be wearing a hat for a little while. Good morning, Philip. And I know, Phil, you and I we're gonna be talking once we get up to Navi. Looking forward to that one. Loma Vista, good morning. Manchester, UK. Jill, I didn't realize you lived over in England. I didn't realize that. Marcel, I'm not a beekeeper, but I have a craft business. If I send one of my labels, would you put it on the honey label? Most certainly, I'll put the label on the honey wall. It would look good up there. So please, yeah, 71 Marcel. Thank you. Joe Gerald, what? So Joe Gerald, where do you live? Because my I mean, one of the guys that worked here at the Abbey with me since the very beginning and since I was here, Joe was named Joe Gerald, and um, he and I were best as buddies. And Joe passed away 2 years ago, and he's buried right here at the Abbey. B to Festi. I live in Germany, but now in Virginia. Well, good. Renaissance man, Port Arthur. All right. That's right. That's right around my good buddy Steve. Sparky 109 from Tickfaw. Now that's just right up the road. In fact, I've done removals not in Tickfaw, but up in Amite and Tylertown and those areas as well. Living vicariously through you during winter months here in upstate New York. Well, Lynn, I plan on. I've got this one removal coming up pretty soon, and it ought to be a really, really nice one. These bees, I don't know if it's these bees, but bees have been in this shed for a long time, so it should be an interesting one. And I love doing removals at this time of year due to the fact that the lowest amount of brood in there, and as a lot fewer bees, so they're just easier for me to do, and they make it through the winter a lot better at this point. Thanks for waiting for it, Joe. And it's Bede from Germany. Jonathan, with these temps in the south, the maples won't be long putting pollen out. Actually, on Sunday, when I was walking in the courtyard of the monastery, and there's always a red maple that is in there that I look, and the bees were already on the blooms here. That was I don't remember the date, but it was Sunday when I saw it. They're blooming out, and the bees were working it. So that's awesome. Cropper Mom, Jack and Danette, good morning. Well, Dick, Happy New Year to you and your family, Jeff. Thank you very much, and the same to everybody. Happy New Year, boy. I'm looking forward to what this year is going to bring, and I'm going to be doing a little bit different variation of how I manage the bees this year, but I'll be talking about that throughout the year. Jason Bowman, good morning. Elise Jubrate from South Africa, good morning. Oh, Merlin, good morning. I guess you saw my little reply to your message this morning, and you were able to join me. Thank you for doing that, Larry. Karen 3426, best wishes for 2026 from the snowy Netherlands. She says it's 5 centimeters of snow here today. Oh my goodness. And Chelsea asks, have you and the gang and Karen encountered any Africanized bees? In all the years I've been doing this, I've never seen any Africanized bees. Now, my buddy Tony from the Everything Bee Vac, that's all he's got is Africanized bees, and he's in around the Austin area of Texas. So he deals with those all the time. Fortunately for me, no. Yeah, there's people watch my channel from all over the world: North America, South America, Australia, Europe, Africa. I don't have anybody, Canada, Alaska. Nobody in Antarctica. I've never had anybody from Antarctica, but there's a lot of people that do watch the channel, and I thank each and every one of you for the subscribers, for the viewers, for the members, all of y'all that follow along with the craziness that of what I do, and Charlie and Ralph and anybody else who wrangles with us, and I greatly appreciate it. Man, I'm telling you, we're going to talk about Navi. Hanley Homestead from Indiana. Good morning. Jessica Fairfax, Ben's Bees. Good morning and Happy New Year to you as well. Man, there's a lot of people out there watching this morning. I'm hoping, let me see, our neighbors are vacationing in Ocean Springs, and I was sure to tell them about you and your gang. She loved the honey we brought back a few years ago. Well, I'm glad you told her about us too. Norm, if you came upon Africanized bees, would you keep them or destroy them? Well, since I haven't, I know one thing. Uh, if I would have Africanized bees, I wouldn't keep them with my other bees because I don't want those genetics in there. So they would have to go someplace isolated and by themselves. But like Tony, that's all they got out there in Texas. So it doesn't matter because I don't want the aggressive genes in our bees. They're aggressive enough right now. They don't need to be any more aggressive. Maybe, hey Phil, maybe that's why I don't have any people watching in Antarctica because there aren't any bees in there. Doris Hanson. James, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll say a prayer for you. I will. Doris Hanson says, "Hey, Mr. Ed, you are so crazy saving lives. You're a wonderful person. Thank you, Doris. And I know your husband loves you so much because he does whatever you ask him to do." All right, so let's see. Um, I'll start off by saying, for me here at the Abbey, this was our um, busiest Christmas ever as far as keeping honey supplied to the gift shop. That's a good question. I don't know whether they're able to handle the Aurora any better. I don't know that. I mean, they're bees, so they have to deal with it too. So this was the busiest I've ever been in supplying, keeping the gift shop supplied with honey. And it's also the most amount of honey I brought over there ever in all the years. I can remember when I first began putting honey in the gift shop, and that was around 2012 or 2013. And we never um, thank you, Hansley. We didn't have but a few highs in those days, and I can remember if I had a good day, a good year, um, we'd bring over maybe 150 bottles, and they would just sell out. I mean, right away. Well, um, uh, as the years went along, and I was able to keep more and more honey in there, and then it actually became the goal of Abbey Honey was to keep the gift shop in honey the entire year. Um, Once that goal got established, then I've been working to it. And this year, from November 20th to December 20th, I brought over 1,141 bottles of honey to that gift shop. And they sold all of it. They sold all of it. Now, I don't know how much is over there right now. I've got the bottler is full. I've got the bottler full right now. So uh, before I leave to go up to Nabi this year, I'll make sure that they've got enough supplied so they'll be able to hang in there till I get back from Navi. Thank you very much, B. Thank you very much. One of the reasons I love making videos. I mean, one I do. I really enjoy it. It's fun for me to do it. I'm retired. I've been retired for so many years, 17 now, and it's just one way that I fill my time is with making videos, editing videos, and then I spend a lot of time answering comments. Every day I spend time answering comments because um, uh, the way I look at it, if somebody's going to take the time to watch the videos that I make, um, and then leave a comment on the video, I just feel obligated to have to reply to it. So, I'm so grateful that the people that are faithful to the channel and watch and leave comments and send me stuff. I'm just so grateful, and I thank you all very, very much for that. Until you did your video, I had no idea the darker honey was specifically from the fall. What we brought back, and it was so good. Oh, that honey that I got. So in our fall, when we oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Crawford Mom. Thank you very much. Oh, and God bless you too. So, man, I'm so humbled uh, by the gifts that I receive from my viewers. Thank y'all very much for doing that. Um, but so I was talking about the darker honey. Uh, Generally, it's because I think it's the goldenrod is why it gets darker. And in the video that that I shot on our fall harvest, so it was uh, man, I can't remember. It was in December that we did it, and we harvested, and we wound up with it was, I'm trying to think the number. It was it was 10 cases, so it's 129 bottles that we got out of there. And uh, I brought that over to the gift shop, and I don't remember. It was early December, maybe the second week in December. I brought it over, and in 3 hours, all of our honey was gone. All of that fall honey was gone, and it definitely has a distinct taste and color associated with it. And it's I personally I prefer the darker colored honey. I think it has a more more body. There's more substance to the honey other than it's just sweet. There's like it's like heavier, and just to me it just tastes so much better. Yeah, so the chainsaw video, the one in fact I just posted it yesterday. That video, when Charlie and I did that, I knew it was going to be a difficult one to begin with. I didn't know how difficult it was going to wind up being, because I've never in all these years I've done plenty of tree removals, but I've never everyone is the tree has been on the ground that I do. So it's a very stable work platform. Well, the log, um, this log that the bees were in, was actually resting in a pile of cane reed. So we're 2 feet off the ground, but there's cane reed all around us, and so we're actually standing on the cane reed, and it's just the most, I don't know, unsafe working conditions, because you could fall into it, you could twist, break an ankle, and then I'm working with a chainsaw, which it's dangerous enough on solid ground, and yet I'm doing that. So there was a lot of, I was nervous about it, but thank you Jesus, because nobody got hurt and we got them bees rescued. So it all worked out really well. Nelson Yatter from Indiana. Hello. Paisley Chicken. Never realized you had live shows. Yep, once a month, every first Saturday of the month, I go live. So I try to get that into routine that I post videos regularly. Every Friday, I post a video, and every first Saturday of the month, I go live. So those are the two things you can count on, God willing, that I'll be doing. So you can put that in your mental calendar and remember about it. On that tree stump removal was crazy. Oh, it was, and I wish we would have been able to get the queen. I think the queen was killed when that tree hit the cane reed. Because, like I said in the video, when that happens, when that tree hits the ground, whatever, and it just jars the comb, and the comb breaks away from where it's moored or attached to the inside of the tree, and that's when the comb will separate and crash, and it's just a mess. And I think the queen actually was killed in that part of it, because I never did find her. Prairie Fan from Wisconsin, good morning. Jim Brickley, good morning from Green City, Missouri. Can I come by, visit you, and get a tour? You most certainly can. All you have to do is reach out prior to you coming to the Abbey, through email. Let me know when you're coming so that I can make sure to arrange that I'll be here for that. So my contact information is easy to find. You go to my channel and it's there. You can find my email, or you go to the description in this live video, and it's there as well. Our honey season is darker and thicker than normal. Spun 4 frames last week and took twice as long. Y'all. So Phil's in Australia. So, they're on the opposite time. It's their summertime right now as we're in winter. So, man, you guys are living it right now. Renaissance Man, thank you. Susie Q from Alabama. You're very welcome, Bede. I don't really, when I'm shooting videos, I don't really think of it as trying to teach. I share my experience of what I do, what I've learned, and how I do it. And if that's able to help somebody, well, that's just all lanyard. That's great. I do it because I do the my way of keeping bees may not really follow a very rigid pattern, and it changes all the time. But I think that's a good thing, that we should always be open to changing. If we see something that can make what we're doing better, then we should pursue that. And so we learn from each other, and we can try things. And particularly since I know you live in Virginia now, it beekeeping up north is totally different than keeping bees here in South. And so you need to learn how to keep bees in the particular area that you live, which is why I always say it's best to find a bee club and join it. Hey, Thomas, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us, and Happy New Year too. So Thomas, are you all going to be going to Nabi this year? I hope so. I'd like to see you out there. Yeah, so Scott says he recommends a tour here, because if I'm able to, I spend a couple hours with you. It's really depends on my schedule. But for anybody who'd like to come visit me here at the Abbey, I'm open to that. I love showing, not showing off, but showing all the stuff that I'm able to do here at the Abbey, and it's through the generosity of so many people. I'm just a volunteer. They don't pay me to do this. I do it because I love it, and I have a lot of freedom to explore and do things, and I'm supported very, very generously by people. They donate they donate money, and I spend their money on a lot of tools, equipment, and stuff like that. So I'm a blessed guy to be in the position that I am. And then the part of YouTube part of it is I love sharing that, because to me it's so much fun. And I think life should be about fun, and making progress in doing good things. And that's what I like to do on the channel. So James, he's been out here as well to the little Klondike Outdoors. He's been out here to the Abbey with my buddy Steve Harrell and Jared Doucette. Uh, he's been out here too. So a lot of people have been out here and visiting. And I, like I said, I love doing it. I love showing it off. Uh, so let's see. What do you say, Jared? Michelle said she likes your snazzy shirt. Well, thank you, Mona. Huh? She really took care of me. She got me, Charlie, and Ralph all matching shirts. So no names on them, but we all got matching shirts. So yeah, they are pretty snazzy. I'll be wearing these things to Nobby this year for sure. So Scott, that let's go ahead and do that. I'd love to have him come up here with you. So let's arrange that. When after I get back um, from Nobby, so that'll be on the 10th or the 11th, and we can arrange to come up there. Now, I mean, our weather's going to get starting getting cold, um, and then I start doing splits. Really end of February, middle of February. So let's go ahead and do it. What is Nobby? Nobby is the North American Honeybee Expo. That's Cayman Reynolds' brainchild, and he brings together some of the um, some really great, renowned speakers that do conferences, and as well as there's a world class honey presentation. There's art in there, and I think that the biggest draw is the number of vendors that go to the show. There's probably there's got to be over 100 of them that show up, and it is the absolutely best place to get a price break on equipment. Um, any type of bee supply imaginable, it's going to be there, and you're going to get a great price at it. This year, it runs from January the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and it's just full of fun and activities. Uh, I will again this year be going as one of their VIPs. However, I will not have any speaking obligations, but I will be walking around the floor the entire time. I'll be stopping at individuals' booths, and I'll be in there talking with people that come up to the booth, because there's so many um, manufactured products that I use that I use them and I'm happy to talk about them. So I'll stop at their booths and talk with the people about their products. So for anybody going to Nabi, make sure you come up and find me, because I'd love to see you face to face and talk. It's so much easier for me to remember people if I get to see their face, and I remember a lot of names just from the amount of comments that they make on my video. So I remember a lot of them, and so it's fun. And plus, like when I watch other people's videos or go on their presentate live presentations, and it's like the bee family is a big old family of beekeepers, and it's such great people, great people. Sarah, happy hive, safe travels to Knob. We're gonna have some really nice weather going up there, so I'm looking forward to it. Sorry you won't be able to be there this year, Sarah. I'm again looking very forward to it. Con, yeah, it is. It this year. I think there's over 3,000 attendees, and I don't think that's including the vendors. It may be. I don't remember, but there must be 30 speakers. Just off the top of my head, I know Randy Oliver is going to be there. ADM from Canada. Darn, I don't remember if Richard Noel is going to be there. He usually is. Uh, Fred Dunn, Professor Fred Dunn, the 628 Dirt Rooster, world famous Mike Barry, Joy Rouse. There's just going to be a ton of YouTubers, as well as real bee science people. So there's going to be something there for everybody. It's absolutely the best bee show they got, at least in North America for sure. Pauline Evans. Well, I can't even say all that stuff, Pauline. But thank you and happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, so it's like Nabi is the electricity in the air is just so awesome there to be in a single building under one roof with, I don't know, 3,000, 4,000 people, all of them beekeepers, from hobbyists to commercial guys. There is no discrimination. They're all beekeepers and they're all there to share their love for the bees. So it's going to be a great year. The Dirt Rooster now, once again, will be, he's got a booth and I'll be staying in his booth. That'll be like my home base, would be the Dirt Roosters booth. So our chairs will be set up in there, and make sure you come and see us in there. Because Randy and I, well, y'all might not know this, but we're kind of good friends, and we like hanging out with each other, even though we don't get to do it um, as often as we'd like to, for sure. But we do get to do it. So, anybody have a B question that you want to ask? I know I said just a little while ago that our red maples are blooming right now, and the bees are working them. So for us here in Southeast Louisiana, it's actually starting the buildup of bees. It 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 all goes back, in my opinion. It goes back to the winter solstice. So once the um, daylight hours begin to get longer, things change. Things change in the trees, and then that of course relates to the bees, because whatever is pollinating or whatever is blooming, it's going to affect the bees. So as the daylight hours increase, and just because the solstice has a set date on it doesn't mean that's happening in all around the world. But for us here in Southeast Louisiana, it holds pretty true to the pattern. As the daylight hours begin, things start blooming, and the bee year begins, because the bees are then starting to get pollen, and the brood is getting ready to start building up. And for me, it's always exciting. To me, that's the best part about being a beekeeper, is the spring buildup of bees, having the bees come out of winter in that little cluster, and then grow into 2 boxes, 3 boxes of bees over a period of 4 months. Yeah, that is the most exciting part about it. Of course, when I get to go do removals, and then I get to see this stuff in different stages of development. Well, that's just a big plus for me, because since I don't go into our hives to witness it in our hives, I witness it and experience it through doing removals. And Charlie and I talk about this all the time, and I try to make mention of it in the videos of what I see, so that you can relate to it. And again, keeping bees here in the South is so different than keeping bees up in the North. And one of the reasons I like posting videos on doing beekeeping or doing bee removals is so early in the year here, in February and March, up north. I mean, you're in snow. There's no way you can even experience it. So by me being able to show that to you, I'm just kind of like getting your battery charged up and getting ready for you to anticipate the fun that's getting ready to happen for you. What are your losses averaging per year as treatment free? Last year, it was 25, 27%. The year before was even less than that. So I don't know what it's going to be. Right now, I'm figuring it's not going to be. It'll probably still be in the same 20s, low 20s. I'm not going to hit 30. I don't think I don't want to, but who knows? It's about the same that for those who do treat. Um, but I don't recommend going treatment free. It works very well for me. I think everybody needs to um, take care of the bees the best way that they see fit. For me, it's not worth the time, the energy, the money um, to give to that. And with 200 hives, well, I'm gonna knock that down to 150. But once splits come up, we'll be over 200 again. It's just way too much work, and I don't want to do all that stuff. So we'll just keep on with our um, treatment free. Now, I may be using some Varroa resistant queens this year, so that might get some of those genetics out into our yards. I don't know. We'll see. I'm working with one of the guys that's working with the LSU Bee Lab um, here, not far from us. So it's going to be an interesting year of beekeeping for me. Let's see. Homer, watching from snow-covered north central Indiana. Woo! Stay warm up there, Homer. Any update that you are aware of on the Trolla Aspie mite? Nope, I have no idea, Lynn. It's uh, no, I have no idea. Renaissance man, I lost 12 hives in 2025. I'm down to one. Oh man, that's a heavy loss. When should I split it? February? So in Southeast Texas, yeah, it and I've got oh at least half a dozen videos on splitting bees in our area, Renaissance. Um, uh, I start checking mine middle of February. I'm going out there to see if the production of bees in the hive, if they're growing, and once they meet the criteria for me, which is 2 boxes of bees with at least 6 frames of bees in both the top and bottom box, well then I'm making a split. So it should be the same for you. Tom, good morning. from from sunny Arizona. Well, Happy New Year to you, Anchors, Tom. Thanks for joining us this morning. Warm, fuzzy vibes. Good morning. Well, Mona did a great job picking out these shirts for us. When you get your queens from Eddie, can you include me? Scott, I'll talk to him about that. Um, uh, I because I talked to him about a week ago, and he really plans on making a bunch of queens this year. So I'll ask. Do you know how many different species of bees you have? Uh, I don't know how many species. They're all bees. They're all mutt bees because they all came from cutouts. All of our bees are cutouts or swarms or splits. That's it. I, I have not bought bees since 2011 or 2012. That's the last time. Brian Corner, 2 feet of snow in Ontario. Ugh, you poor man. Stay warm. So Joe Gerald asks, Mr. Jeff, I'm more interested in your video production and editing. I would like to help you with that. Do you have a cameraman? I got the best cameraman. Good time, Charlie. Charlie is I I am like the envy of YouTubers because I have my own cameraman. But Joe, if you'd like to come with us one time, arrange it and come along and we'll break you in nice and easy. Woobling bees. Can't wait to get back into the bees. I know the feeling. If you don't do the splits, are they more likely to swarm? Most assuredly. Uh, it's not 100% guarantee, but that's what bees do. They grow and then they swarm. That's just how they procreate. That's how they survive. That's their survival instinct. So they're going to follow it. P.S. Tree Nuggler. Good morning, Ed, and Happy New Year from Germany. All right, another German fan. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Eric the Red, read. I'm running all mediums, but I have 5 deep nukes coming. I am thinking of putting the deep frames in 2 medium boxes with some 2x lumber under it. You know, Eric, I'd say since I like to keep things simple, um, you know, with there's nothing wrong with experimenting. And if you're going to put the double up on your medium nukes, they're going to draw a cone below that because there's space, and so they're going to draw it. So experiment, find out, and learn, and then see if it works for you. So do it. Try it. Um, I, I don't see the the harm in trying it. Good, Joe. Give me a call. James says Charlie is the Abbott to your Costello. Yeah. So Charlie was on a roll on that last video with the Kane Reed cutout. He had me instead, and I'm glad he had me laughing because it was such a difficult. It was a difficult removal, but Charlie's humor is so dry. And it just goes along great with mine. So we get along really great, and I think we've been hanging out together for about it might be 8 or 9 years now. So it's been a great ride. In fact, I went over there yesterday. I went over to Charlie's yesterday. He got me some really nice uh, boots for Christmas, and so I went over there yesterday, and then he and I went and ate lunch together, and then today he and I are going to go up to Wreck-It Ralph, so we're going to go have lunch up together, and Wreck-It Ralph is going to get his Christmas presents. I should have brought them in here. I didn't think they're in the car, but Ralph is going to get his shirts as well today. So it's gonna be a great afternoon with Wreck-It Ralph and Good Time Charlie. Yeah, the three amigos. And I don't know what restaurant Ralph is picking for us, but I told him the only selections we like are Mexican or Chinese. So whichever one he goes, it's going to be a good one. Mary Mackey, love your videos. Thank you very much. How did you meet Charlie and Ralph? Same way I met Joey Rouse and world famous Mike Barry. We were all in the same B club back in the early '90s. Yeah, we've been hanging out together for a long time, many years, um, and then that B club was what brought us all together. And we all learned our techniques, basic techniques, from the one guy, Julian Lane. We all learned from it, and then we just took what Julian taught us and then made it fit into what works best for us. So I owe everything to Julian because he was the one who opened my eyes to really what bees can offer us. And so I really, for the first time, saw the beauty of bees. And then my life here at the Monk, they through what I've learned associating with them, I've learned to connect the spirituality, the aspect of God in this. When I work bees, I see the hand of God, and so then you have the spiritual aspect associated with the the scientific aspect. So it's a blend, a merge, and so it's a fuller experience, which is why I'm still keeping bees 45 years after I first started. Oh, that was a great time with Good Time Charlie and I fishing. We weren't fishing, we were catching that day. We caught some beautiful speckled trout. I mean, some of those there were at least two of them that were over 3 pounds, which is really a nice size speckled trout. But they all averaged 15, 16, 17 inches. Beautiful speckled trout, and a wonderful day as far as weather-wise, calm winds. It's just so. If you haven't seen that video, it's the thumbnail is me holding up a bunch of the trout, and there was six of them, I think, in my hands. Big, beautiful speckled trout. KJMMLH from Illinois. Good morning, and thank you for joining me this morning. Does Good Time Charlie have his own hives? No, he does. Charlie's got five or six. He's got two long hives and three or four Langstroth. But Charlie, like myself, we really do like the long hives because they're just so friendly to beekeepers, um, uh, especially old guys like us. They're just easy to work. But as far as honey production, I'll always go to Langstroth. Um, that all the equipment that I have is set up to use Langstroth. So that's what I really do like for honey production. But for ease of use and friendliness, long hives, horizontal hives, whatever you want to call them, those are the ones I prefer. Look at that. Good morning, Jim. Borrow Bee Honey Company. Late to the party. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to Navi too, Jim. So make sure you come up and find me when you're there. Very true, Susie. Very true. that Scott, that's true. When we first started catching, I was just catching them left and right, and Charlie was getting mad at me. But thank goodness he started catching because he caught up with me. I mean, goodness sakes, and there is no rhyme or reason why I was catching and he wasn't, because we basically using the same lures and bait, but I guess I was holding my mouth better than him that day. B Fuzz 8403 from Colorado. 73. You are high altitude beekeeper. Wow, I know earlier Brian Zapata, he was on there, and he's another high altitude beekeeper, and he's in the Pueblo area. I know that. Man, 3 years, Mary. That's awesome. And Utah is not an easy place to keep bees. It gets so cold up there. Paisley chicken. That is what I'm looking at. Horizontal. I'm too old and not too strong to be lifting. That is a great hive for us old people. I'm telling you, it's a great way of keeping bees. And because you can still use the Langstroth frames, well then all the processing, the honey processing, the extractors, they all there you can use them. If you do lay-ins hives, you have to have special equipment. Top bar, you can't spin it. So there's a lot of advantages to a long hive or horizontal hive. But with the so many diverse ways of being able to keep bees, you can experiment, have fun with them all. But when if you're just going to be having a few hives and you're an old person like me, I highly recommend a horizontal hive. And there's plenty of designs that you can have. It. You can make them up, fruit up, prettied up, and or you could just have a basic box like Joey Rouse does, just a box with frames in it. So you're depending on how you want it to look. As long as it functions, there you go. You're doing good. You caught a lot of fish, more than a couple meals. Oh yeah, I've got enough trout now to last me. Let's see, I'll be running out of trout within a couple more, 2 more months. I'll be out. But I'll be going fish with Charlie again. And actually, we have our Arkansas Adventure guys. We will be going fishing in May. We'll be going up to Toledo Bend once again, and fishing the crappie and yellow perch and white bass and whatever else is going to be biting them. We're going to be catching at that point too. So there's always fish in our freezer, always. Wes Brown, when will you start to put out your first swarm traps for the year? I will be doing that the middle of February. I'll be setting out swarm traps. Oh, something in my eye. I'll be setting swarm traps middle of February. And prior to me setting out traps, I'm actually going to be building at least 5 or 6 of those deep-bodied swarm traps. I don't know whether I'm going to go the 5, 6, or 7 frame bodies, but I think those by far are the most inviting to swarms. The space inside of it is just so conducive to bees, to attracting them, and then bees staying in them. Because you can get bees to go into your traps, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stay. So these I find are most successful in keeping bees. So I'll be posting videos on that steady as I do it. So just keep following along, and you'll be seeing what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And of course, depending on where you live, it's always going to vary as far as time when you can do it. But the procedures are still the same. It's just the timing is different. Thank you, Silver Sage. Thank you very much. Uh, Michael Mancino from New Hampshire. All right. Make sure you come up and find me. I'll be around there. There's no telling where I'm going to be, but make sure you come up and find me. Phil, best toys. Oops, tool was the flow. Man, Phil, and when you sent that to me, I looked at that. The problem that I have with it is I just have too many hives that would be need converted to be able to do it. It's a great method. So he's talking about the flow hive, the super lift, how they lift the honey supers off of the flow hives. And for those that do have flow hives, and there's a lot of people that have flow hives, you should look into that their flow super lifter. It is awesome. It really is. And it can be used on regular Langstroths as well. I just have too many to do that, and I've got other lifts to do the same job. So it's for me, it's not it's not practical for me to do it. Is there a queen excluder for long hives? Sure, you have to really make them up, but just like in a following board, so that ends the end of the hive. You just put a queen excluder follower board, so the bees can still pass through it, but the queen can't. You have to make them up, but I'm sure that I'm not sure, but they probably even sell them. I know Charlie's going to be doing that this year. He's going to be putting in the excluders to keep the queen out of his honey. So he's going to be building one. Maybe we ought to make a video on that and showing how to do it. That might be a good idea. Jim Brickley, do you ever requeen or just let your bees do their thing? No, I don't. I don't requeen. And the reason I don't requeen is because I don't go into the hives to inspect them. If they come up queenless, I won't even know it. They'll just have to do emergency cells or supersede. So it's something I don't do. Would I recommend people doing it? Yeah, you should. You should kind of know the state of your hive, whether you're queen right, because otherwise they're going to die. But for me, I just let the bees take care of everything. Again, I don't recommend keeping bees the way I keep bees. I have so many hives, I can afford to lose hives. Um, most beekeepers, hobbyist beekeepers, to lose one hive is a big deal. To me, if I lost 20 hives, I can come back from that no problem. So again, everybody's situation is different. So I would recommend you keep an eye on things. You seem to have had a lot of bee stings during your last cutouts. What is your worst experience with stings? It- I don't like getting stung, but I also don't like wearing a bee suit. It really does limit my mobility as well as my vision. Um, uh, my eyes, they're old eyes, so they're not as great as they could be. And wearing a veil darkens everything around. That's why a lot of times you'll see me holding the flashlight because I can't see exactly where I need to see. Um, I don't like getting stung, but it's part of the deal. But on that tree thing, yeah, they got me pretty good before I put on my suit. They got my hands, they got my neck, my face. Yeah, they got me pretty good. So I said, well, enough is enough. I'm going to put on my suit. And as it turned out, it's best to wear a suit because especially when I'm holding a chainsaw, I don't want bees flying up in my face. I got enough dangerous things I'm doing already. So let's minimize the danger. Lynn, thank you for joining us this morning. God bless. We need to invest in a lot high. So the the video I'm posting next Friday is about hive lifts, and I know Boris from the Bee Center up in Canada. He's going to be at Nabi, and I have one of his lifts, and I'll definitely be going chatting with him because there's I have an older version. I want to talk to Boris about improvements on the things that I think that they should be looking at. It's just my opinion, but I'm going to be talking to him about it. Oh yeah, I know who you are now, Mike. I know who you are. In fact, I got your jar of honey right up there. You're that group from New Hampshire. Is that it? Uh, um, that came down that I saw you what Nabi. That was 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, I know who you are now. Derek, do you have a contact that makes a good long hive for purchasing? Uh, the one that I know personally is Ricky Rourke, Ricky, I think is his last name, Ricky Rourke. And you can find him you can Google his name and find him. I know he'll be at Nabi. He's at so many bee conferences. I see him a bunch of times, and he makes some wonderful long hives and in all different kinds of variations. Very, very interesting. And if you go to his website, and I don't know the name of his website, um, uh, but he's the guy that I would recommend. Thank you, Denby. There it is. It's Ricky Rourke, Roark. And he also has a queen excluder for horizontal hives. So there you go. It's RICKYROARK at horizontal hives. So that's the guy that I mean I know I've been knowing Ricky for years and years. In fact, he gave the Dirt Roosters dad Pat a long hive. I think it was 2 years ago. And it's one of those that you can stack Lang's bodies on top of them. So you have your long hive and Lang hive. He's got all kind of combinations. Really, really good looking and they work great. You'll be there next year, James. You will be. Do they make veils with built-in headlights? The reason that in a lot of my videos, you'll see that I have my flashlight. I'm holding it in my mouth, and I have tried numerous headlights to be able to look into the hives while I'm working. The problem that I always have is the light that those headlights shine, it's not in the spot that I need to see. It's always too high. So it casts a shadow over what I really want to look at. And I found that holding a flashlight with these big teeth um, gets the light exactly where my eyes need to see it. So regardless of whether they ever do put um, headlights on a veil, I'll still prefer using the flashlight method with my teeth. No, the guy that made my long hive that y'all have seen in videos is Good Time Charlie. Charlie makes his own as well. It is there's no specific exterior design of a long hive. It can have whatever um, shape that your imagination can make. The only thing that it has to have is the interior space has to be able to hold the Langstroth frames, because that's the real secret. You want to be able to use a Langstroth frame, and that way you can continue using your regular extracting equipment. So regardless of what the hive looks like on the outside, it can have numerous designs to it. As long as that interior space will accommodate the Langstroth frames, you're in good shape. You're in good shape. Steve, thank you, thank you. He likes the shirt too. Uh, Thank you, Mona, because she took care of all of us on that for this year. That woman is a genius at finding stuff on the internet. Bill and Dixie, good morning. Good morning. So it says cryptid Cajun. So I assume you're in Louisiana somewhere, or you might be Louisianan transplants. So, but Cajun, I always think of Lafayette, Homer, Thibodeau, all that area down there. In fact, so Opelousas, Good Time Charlie is was actually born in Opelousas. So Charlie is a, as we say, a coon ass. He really is. JP, good morning. Wow. Is Nobby always in Louisville? That is the only place that has been. This will be the third year for Nobby. Is it third or second? I can't remember. Yeah, but it's in Louisville. It's in Louisville, and tickets are still available. They you can go on their website, Nabi website, and all the details are there. I should have put that in my description of this video. In fact, I will. I'll go ahead and include that in the description, a link to the Nabi website where you can go and get information on hotels, tickets, all that stuff should be in there. Bees in the Abyss, Kevin from Philadelphia. No, I'm glad you made it. Hope you wear that shirt. I got there's I have four different shirts that I'll be wearing when I'm there. Well, make sure y'all come up and find me here, Kevin, because I'll be walking the floors, talking to people, signing pictures, whatever, hats, whatever. I'm just happy to meet people and get to talk with them. Golly, I can't believe it's already been an hour. All right, we're gonna I'll stay on for another 15 minutes because I do want to talk a little bit about what I got in the mail. Now, this month, good night, Phil, and thank you for joining us, and thanks for sharing the Flow Hive lift thing. I'm glad you brought that up. It's something that people with Flow Hives, I think they really should be aware of, or people with Langstroth that are looking at to some way to ease that lifting of those heavy supers. Happy New Year to you too, as well, Noam. Oh, I'll sign your shirt. So let me get to the mail call for the month. And this was like the lightest month I've had all year long because I did receive a couple of just a couple of letters. This is it. This was my mail for the year right here. And most of them were Christmas cards. Most of them were Christmas cards. There you go. Let me see if I can get that in frame better. Christmas cards. Um, and in the Christmas cards, they did want to wish me a Merry Christmas, but also um, they wanted to buy honey. So I still haven't gotten to them yet. Before I leave to Nabi, I promise, I'll take care of the honey orders. I think there's 3 of them in there that I got to take care of. It, I was concerned myself with just getting honey over to the gift shop. That was my primary drive over the last couple of weeks. So I will take care of those that sent requests for their honey. So if you want to get any of our Abbey honey, the only way you can get it is you have to contact me, and then I'll get it out to you. And how you can do that, just look in the description of this video or go to my channel. Everything is there on the information on the cost and all that stuff, and I'll get it out to you. Look at that, Annette! You finally woke up, huh? Good morning. uh, so those are the letters that I got, and believe it or not, only one honey label was sent to me, and it actually wasn't sent to me. So I belong to 2 bee clubs. The one here in Abita, I don't even know the name of that one. Um, I don't even know the name of it. There's probably about 50 members in it, 60 members, and that one meets on the first Thursday of every month, and then on the third Thursday of the month, I'm also with the Franklinton Bee Club, the Washington Parish Beekeepers Club, in Franklinton, Louisiana, and I got a label, and well, I'm not going to show it to you yet. So one of the members up there is Russell Amon, and for a lot of beekeepers that have YouTube channels, his name, Russell Amon, is very familiar. And the reason is because I think Russell watches if you're a beekeeper and you have a YouTube channel, I think Russell watches it, because of all the channels that I watch, his name is always in the comments. And so he must spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos. And he's a member of the Washington Bee Parish Club, even though he lives in Tylertown, Mississippi. He comes to Louisiana in their bee club. And so look, DCB says, yeah, he knows Russell. He's a good guy. Thank you, Scott. So the Beta Club is called the Tangington Club. I didn't even know that. See that? A lot of people do that, not Mr. Ed. So Russell watches everybody's video. And so when I was up there, that was months ago, I kept asking Russell, said, man, you got to give me one of your labels. You got to give me one of your labels. He goes, okay, I will. And so last month, he at the meeting in December, he gave me his label. Now, Russell's been a beekeeper for I think he said 10 or 11 years, and he did have I think he said 12 hives, but hive beetles wiped him out. They this was the absolute worst year I've ever seen for hive beetles here in our area. In all the years I've been doing this, and I posted at least 2 videos showing the number of beetles in our hives. I mean, sometimes there'd be 300, 400 beetles. You crack take off the telescoping cover, and the inner cover is just covered with hive beetles. And I'm using my everything bee vac, and I'm sucking them up. It's just the absolute worst. Well, Russell lost a lot of them, 9 or 10 of them. So he's down only, I think he said 1 hive right now. So, but he's going to be splitting that and getting some more bees and splitting those and building up. He's a beekeeper, so he'll be catching swarms. He'll get his number back up, no doubt. So this is the label for Russell right here. And so Russell, you can rest assured That'll be going up on the wall. Beautiful label. I, I love the labels that people use their own imagination to create. And this one, just beautiful cone with a single B on it. That's very nice, Russell. So thanks, Russell, for sending that to me. And if you want to send me your label, um, the address for that is in the description of the video, or you go to my channel and it's there as well. Or if you want to hand it to me in person at Nabi, I'll be more than happy uh, uh, to take it from you so I can put it on the wall. Brian from Baker's Bee says, I'm always fighting high beetles. This was our worst year. Oh, I missed what it said. Ah, look at that. Even in South Africa, it was a bad year. I personally, I attribute it to our dry year. We were in the summertime, we were 14 to 16 inches below normal on rainfall. And I really think that was the reason why we had such a big increase in the high beetles. I mean, we always have high beetles, but this year was the absolute worst. Thank you, JP. Too cold in Ohio to get into my beehives. Yeah, I imagine it is cold. It's 65. Well, it was 65 an hour ago outside. All right, I'll be looking forward to getting those from you. Hey, Jim, thank you. Thank you very much, Jim. Oh, look at that. Sherry, you woke up, huh? You know I'm supposed to be the first Saturday. You're kind of late in getting here. I'm glad you're here. Well, you are lucky not to have high beetles, but I know that they had high beetles in New York State this year, and they never have them. So who knows? You know, they you don't want them, that's for sure. Good morning, Terry. 18 in Maine this morning. Woo! Bobby Greenlee, my buddy from North Carolina. Good morning. Yeah, it wasn't Wrangler, it was Wrestler. That was mom's thing. Oh, glad you got rid of it though. Bayou Horseman from southwest Louisiana. So you must be around Port Arthur, Lake Charles, um, Jennings, that area. That's where my buddy Steve is, and James. South Carolina. I'm sorry, Bobby. South Carolina. Bobby is a retired New York policeman who left New York and moved down, a beekeeper, and he moved down to South Carolina when he retired. And when I actually spoke at South Carolina in their conference this year, Bobby was very instrumental in getting me up there to do the speaking. So thank you for that, Bobby. James in Jennings says, still have high beetles as the 1st of January. I haven't been an hour, so I don't know what the condition is. Mark OC 8616. Have a great new year. Keep up those videos. You're a good time, Charlie. Will do, Mark. And thank you for watching. Nicholas Rowan from Maryland. All right. Sherry, you think it's time for a haircut? Not yet. Still too cold. I don't want to cut my hair and lose all my heat. North of Lake Charles. I knew it was in that area. Oh, you're welcome, Brian. Annette. Oh, Annette, God bless you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Anthony Fox watching from Melbourne, Australia. Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you. I got into beekeeping 4 years ago, thanks to you, JP and Rooster teaching me. Look, JP is how I learned. Before I started doing cutouts, JP was the guy I learned from. And then I found the Dirt Rooster and I started following him too. And I don't know how he and I ever hooked up, but oh my goodness, we did. And it's been a great ride. In fact, I talked to JP, it's probably been 2 months ago, and he is doing well. I, I thought that he told me he was getting ready to post a video. He may have, but I don't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, they're gonna get ready to fly out of there, huh? That's why I gotta wear this hat. Oh my goodness. That's a mop up there. Oh, we're gonna eat on you. Thank you, Sherry. Uh, that chainsaw versus bees. Oh my goodness, that was a heck of a video right there. I like doing that one. Mon area 4881. We are in Indiana and it's 27 degrees. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. You know, when I post videos on the cutouts, I do like talking about what I see and even some of the techniques I use and why I do it because I really do. There's a lot of people that would like to do cutouts, but then once they do the first one, they say they ain't doing it again because it's so hard. But still, if we can share a little bit of the how-to on it, I think it's only going to help people. So that's one of the reasons we do it. But again, when when you find out really how much work is involved in doing it, most people find it's not worth the effort. And it is. It's a lot of effort, and it will keep you in shape. Trust me. I thought JP did. Krabby B says, I started cutouts 2 years ago. My favorite thing to do. And I'd have to agree with that. It's my favorite thing to do is, well, I don't say it's my favorite because I love doing splits too. That the early part of the year, the spring buildup, oh man, it's I think I like it so much because I get, thank you so much, Annette. You do so much for me. Uh, it's really the only time of year I get to go into our bees and to see what's inside those boxes because all through the year they're just on their own. They have to do their own. Only time I go in there is to collect rent in July, end of July, and that's it. Other than that, they're on their own. Can you all have? No, we can't. And by law, you're not supposed to have any log hives because you should. Any hive, it has to have frames that can be pulled out of it. But that being said, I have had them in the past. I have. So Michael says, just started beekeeping, just two hives out of a caravan one. I had to use two boxes for them. Beekeeping is something different. Well, I wish you all the best because I tell you what, keeping bees is just an outstanding thing to do. And it can give a lot of joy and fulfillment in your life, but ooh, there's a lot of heartache too. And get ready to open up your wallet too, because they're not cheap. And definitely is Brian, when you're doing cutouts, I I fall under the Abbey's insurance policy, so there's a $1 million policy along with that. So I work under their protection. So I would highly recommend if you do cutouts that you are insured against any kind of liability. Daniel Marshall, Thumb of Michigan, need a cleaning flight. You poor bees up there. I feel sorry for them. Tell him, Terry. Oh, it's not even Bobby. It was Mercedes. You tricked me. Does he know you're using his name? Happy New Year to you, Mercedes. No, I thought Ralph was going to be going, but Ralph informed me that no, they're not going either. So it's just going to be Mr. Ed's flying solo, but the Dirt Rooster will be somewhere around me. You can rest assured of that. Terry, I didn't need, how can you insulate a log hive? Because I know you put insulation on your hives. I've seen that snow piled up 3 feet on your bee boxes. Yeah, that's definitely true, DC. It's definitely true. Keeping bees is like bass fishing. You need a deep wallet. Yeah, but JP, it is expensive. But like any hobby, when somebody has the desire to do it, um, we go into it like with blinders on. We don't want to look at what it costs. We just want to do it and experience it. So you deal with the costs, but it is definitely part of it. Um, it's definitely not an inexpensive hobby, but the rewards, you really can't put a monetary price on the rewards, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion of it. Yep, I agree with you. It's just great. All right, let's see. Uh, we'll go 10 more minutes, an hour and a half, and then we're gonna call it quits because I got to go to lunch with Ralph and Charlie. And Charlie will be here soon. My wife and I have an agreement. I don't ask what she spends on quilting, and she doesn't ask what I spend on bees. I know that arrangement very well, Philip. I know that arrangement. One day, in fact, I'm going to promote it when she starts it. But Mona's getting ready to start up her YouTube channel on quilting because she's got all these um, ideas that she wants to do, and so I'm going to actually be helping her when she gets her channel up and going, and that'll be sometime next year. She'll be doing it. She's working on patterns, and I don't know all the stuff, but she's got her own ideas, and of course I'm going to be loving to share what I know about shooting videos, editing videos. I'll be happy to do that with her. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Another joint adventure coming up. So DC, I agree with you 100%. You never know where the journey is going to take us because when I started keeping bees back in 1978, no way would I have imagined that I'd be where I am today, and especially with the amount of bees. Heck, I wouldn't have even imagined I'd still be a beekeeper 45 years later because so many beekeepers come in, go out. Maybe they'll come back in again because I certainly did. I came in, went out, came in, went out, and I think that's a very typical pattern for a lot of beekeepers. But in looking back, I can honestly say that my love for bees to this day is as every bit as strong as it was when the day I first said I want to be a beekeeper. And if anything, because of what I've learned along the way, it's even more. And that what I have learned and the friends and people that I've met along the way are all reasons why I'm still a beekeeper and still want to be a beekeeper the rest of my life. It's just like I'm going to be doing it until I can't until I can't do it anymore. That's it. Terry, tell me. I didn't understand. First in 2000 with bees. Uh, is that how long it is? I don't. Oh, yeah, I understand that. So he started in two. Terry started in 2000, and Terry is one of the very first subscribers and viewers of my channel back in I think it was 2011. Terry, um, and because back in those days, I'd ask people to send me pictures of their apiaries, and Terry was one of the ones who responded with that, and that's how I can remember your hives, 3 foot of snow sitting on top of them. So Terry goes back a long way, and he's got a little bee supply shop up in Maine, and how he keeps bees alive up in Maine, it's a miracle, but he manages to do it. Yeah, you've been doing it a long time. Oh, thank you, Grace H. Yeah, Brian, it is a stress reliever, but oh my goodness, you can get a lot of stress, especially doing splits, worrying about whether your bees are going to make honey for you, whether they're going to, oh, there's a lot of stress. But oh man, it's so fulfilling, so fulfilling. That way I put the rubber bands on the frames. Believe it or not, it was a beekeeper in the Franklin Bee Club. Uh, um, World famous Mike Barry was one who showed it to me, but who showed him was Kenny. Kenny was the one who did it, and I don't know where Kenny learned it, but by far that is the easiest way of securing comb to a frame, the easiest and fastest way, which is using a 7-inch rubber band going from corner to corner and corner to corner, and you form an X on one side, put the piece of comb in there, and then reverse the rubber bands on the opposite side, and that piece of comb just is locked inside that frame. Oh, it's just a great way of doing it. And yeah, like I said, especially by yourself. I've gotten it down to science now. The other thing that I like using is that yellow pattern board. I'll put up on the comb and I'll cut it according to the size of that pattern board. And when you use that to cut out the comb, it just drops right in the frame, and the bees can attach it real easy right along the side. When you have odd shaped comb in there, it takes the bees a while to secure that piece of frame of comb inside the frame, but they will. Ooh, bees love basil. That is a great herb, and it blooms so long that the bees are on it for a very long time. Well, you see that's another good thing about YouTube. You get to share new ideas, see new things, and then you get to put them into practice yourself. All right, everybody. It's been almost an hour and a half. So I want to get out of here before Charlie says, "What are you doing?" So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. So before I close, I just want to thank each and every one of you all for following along with my videos and leaving your comments, subscribing, for being members, even just casual viewers. I appreciate you all very much, and for all you do for me, because you really do a lot by watching my videos. And you support me through my YouTube channel. So thank you all very much, and trust me, God willing, I'll be making more. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching, and I will be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I'm out into the next one. God bless everybody. Merry Christmas.